So this match is 81 plus kgs. Arvind, blue corner. Sebastian, red corner. I like to remind everybody, these guys are beginners. Most of them have training of less than 1 year or 16 months. And this platform has been provided by Superhuman Battleground, first edition of their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament, gi and no gi. Tomorrow we will also have a team event, five athletes from each team. Once again, we appreciate the sponsor, Eye of the Tiger Bar and Grill. And here we go, 81 plus kg, Sebastian red, Arvind blue, and Sebastian goes to the ground and almost sweeps Arvind. Now it's trying to throw up a triangle, but Arvind has got that right leg locked, so he's unable to do so. Trying to free that leg is Sebastian. Grabs cups, now he loses that, does Sebastian. Arvind is staying on top, keeping that pressure, not panicking, doing the right things, listening to his corner. Arvind in Sebastian's guard. Sebastian has his right instep on the inside of Arvind's left thigh, trying to sweep him. Arvind clearing that to get to half guard. Staying on top is Arvind, maintaining his balance and his posture. Sebastian's corner was asking him to shrimp and take the back. Sebastian unable to do so. Arvind keeping himself tight. Sebastian trying to create that space, locks up the guard. Earlier was trying to create that space that Arvind would not give him. Arvind staying very calm, taking his time, moving slowly, putting pressure on his abdomen to create a challenge for Sebastian to be able to breathe properly. Digging his forehead into his chest is Arvind. Taking his time, catching his breath. Sebastian a little more tensed in terms of working in his muscular effort. Seems Arvind is stalling at this point in time. Sebastian tries to make an effort, goes back to resting, then makes an effort again. And Arvind is content being where he is. Keeps defending. Sebastian trying to throw up a triangle. Arvind doing a good job of controlling Sebastian's right leg so he cannot throw up that triangle. Sebastian throws his left leg down, tries to sweep, unable to do so. Trying to go for a guillotine, misses it. Would be challenging from this position, the way Arvind is placed on top of him. and he gave him the triangle almost. Now Sebastian needs to free his right leg and throw it up above his instep of his left leg to place the triangle, but Arvind is blocking his right leg, so he's unable to do so. He's controlling his head is Sebastian. So, Arvind is almost on like a tripod, putting pressure, but he is controlling the right leg, so it would be very challenging for Sebastian. Tries to clear that leg, does Arvind, almost does, goes for side, clears the guard, pulls out his, going north-south almost, but Sebastian's knees are too up, and now Sebastian takes the back almost. Arvind clears it, goes back to north-south almost. Sebastian staying calm. So this is north and south. Sebastian almost had a chance to go RNC, to take the back, but Arvind regained his balance, came back to north-south. Now Sebastian is turning in to his right, and Arvind will not have it. Probably Arvind is trying to set up a Kimura, but it's a wrist fight as of now. Trying to yank up Sebastian's left arm. But Sebastian is not allowing it, he is blocking it. And he almost yanks Arvind after Arvind goes back to north-south. He's lost that Kimura. Trying to create space, Sebastian pushing Arvind's hips away. Trying to sneak out and take the back if he's flexible enough to do so, and he's pushing the upper thigh with his toes, but Arvind is not having it, almost keeping him stagnant over there. Allows him a little bit, then comes back and reclaims his position, does Arvind. At least that's been the story of this fight up till now. Back to north-south. Both competitors breathing heavy. Arvind is really putting a lot of effort. He's breathing very heavy. We can hear it till here, about 10 feet away. Sebastian staying very calm. Last 2 minutes of this 10-minute round. If it ends without a submission, we again go back to 2 1-minute overtime rounds. Sebastian's corner calling him to shrimp, go to the side, try to create space, get in a better position. Kind of has him trapped between his thigh and calf, lower thigh, inner thigh and calf. Does Arvind. Sebastian creates space, pushes them away, and back in almost a half guard is Arvind. trying to put forearm pressure and create that space. Sebastian, Arvind is breathing super heavy. Sebastian still seems very calm. It's going to be quite interesting if this goes into the overtime rounds to see how Arvind reacts to it and how he can attack a submission or defend one in the overtime rounds. There is a lot of work that is going on. Last 10 seconds of this 10-minute round. Arvind putting a lot of pressure with that forearm on Sebastian's neck. And that's the end of the first round, 10 minutes. For anybody who's new to grappling, there is a lot of work that went on. It may not have been very action-packed, but there was a lot of movement, a lot of work, a lot of strength that has been put into use, this is almost like running a marathon. These athletes have to be super conditioned in terms of endurance, cardio, and so on. When it comes to pull and push with another human of the same weight, it becomes very challenging. A grappler's grip is a total different grip from an average person's or a different athlete's, or an athlete from a different discipline rather. So now we are going to have a toss, and the athlete who wins the toss is going to elect spiderweb or the seatbelt back control, and let's see who gets the first win of the toss and how this goes. I like to really see how Arvind, who is breathing super heavy, how he's going to react to either attacking or defending. And the ref, Mr. Shivraj, throws up the coin. And the winner is Sebastian. So he chooses to go with his opponent's back seatbelt control. Let's see how Arvind reacts to it and gets out of it. So the fastest submission or the fastest escape wins the overtime. There will be 2 1-minute rounds. Starting the first round, Sebastian takes the seatbelt, takes Arvind back, pushes with his hip, and takes a body triangle. Does Sebastian. Arvind trying to use both hands on one wrist, and tucking his chin well is Arvind. Sebastian unable to create space and get his forearm or arm under Arvind's chin. Arvind is not really scrambling. He's mostly just trying to defend the arm and the chin. Cranking is on Arvind's face and using a lot of strength is Sebastian, because he does not have the arm under the chin. Arvind did break loose, but he needs to turn in, break away from that body triangle. And that's the end of our first overtime. Now Arvind is going to choose if he wants the spider web or does he want the back control seatbelt. So if Sebastian is able to escape and Arvind is not able to lock in the submission, Sebastian most likely wins. But let's see how much Arvind has left in the tank. Sebastian has 2-on-1. Goes to his side, and he's wanting to turn it, and seems he will be able to. Now he has cleared that arm, and Arvind is attacking the arm, and he taps, and Arvind finishes with a submission.
26 seconds.
And Arvind needed 26 seconds to convert into to get into an armbar and finish it. And after an interesting 10 minutes, interesting first round of overtime,
Blue corner, 26 seconds, Arvind via armbar.